Welcome to Vintage SF from my new Vintage SF library. I'm Richard Rempel, and today I want to talk about a few books that I did pick up in this month that I moved, February of 2026. I don't have anything to add about people and places other than my move, but I do have a few books that I picked up. Now, for some of you who are collectors, you may understand that you may have a paperback copy of a book, but you'd like to replace it with, if possible, a first edition hardcover. I've got a couple examples of those today, and another hardcover by a well-known but difficult to find author, and then I have a brand new paperback. So let's get started. The first one is one that I'm sure you will all recognize. Ray Bradbury's The Illustrated Man. This it says copyright from 1951. I'll have to do a little bit of research on here. It is clipped in this corner here. The jacket design is by Sidney Butchkis. And on the back here we have, it's published by Doubleday and Company. So I'll do a little bit of research on this and get back to you about it, but it is one of those early printings. Now, one of the things I've noticed is the Brodart, that's the plastic cover on here, is kind of in two pieces. So I thought I would experiment with you and see if I could take it off. I just want to examine if there's discoloration in the middle here because of that. And perhaps, I haven't purchased any Brodart yet, but I think I will be to cover my hardcover books. So let's see what can happen here. I'm going to take the cover off of here. And you can see the hardcover itself. All right, here's what it looks like on the inside. So if I unfold, I'll be right back. Unfolded that part of it, and I'll take this other piece out as well. And then the jacket itself, it's coming off quite nicely. There's a slight piece of tape here, I believe. I'm going to see how careful I can be about that. I did it. So let's take a look. First, we'll take a look on the inside here. It's got a little bit of discoloration. And there seems to be a little bit of a line across the middle. Let's take a look now at the outside and see how it's done. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think there's a lot of hope here. There's a little bit of perhaps dirt on here. For those of you who've restored books, is it worth taking a little bit of, I don't know, any kind of cleaner or just water and wiping a little bit at some of this? And otherwise, anything else I should treat it with before I would put it into a new Brodart? Let me know. I know that there's some people out there who have some experience in restoring books. All right, so that was my oldest book here, and I just wanted to share it with you right away. I know that sometimes people wait till the end of the video for these things. I'm not going to do that to you. I think there's a lot of interesting books here for you to watch, but that's the most interesting one of all. Next, a book that I reviewed about a year ago when I visited the very large array of radio telescopes in New Mexico. This is the array that was used in the film Contact and was also used in Pluribus in its first episode. I had a paperback copy that I had quickly picked up from a used bookstore out there, but now I've found a hardcover first edition. It's kind of unusual that they would put the author photo sideways on the back cover so that we would have a landscape version of the author photo. So this is copyright 1985. I don't see a number line here, so I'm not sure if it is in fact a first edition, but it is a very nice hardcover edition. The last hardcover that I have is an example of where I've replaced a paperback. The paperback I had was Stargate by Pauline Gedge. In fact, I believe this had been a gift to me from Matt of Science Fiction Reads. I think he'll be happy to see that I was able to pick up for just a couple bucks the hardcover edition, which is in beautiful condition. It came from a library, so there is a little bit of a library stamp in there, but otherwise, I wouldn't even imagine that it had been read. This is from 1982. And here is a photo of Pauline Gedge. Just a very beautiful book. My next one is by an author that a number of people that I watch really enjoy. And whenever I've seen his name come up, I try to pick up a copy, either for them or for myself. This one I'm going to read. What Dreams May Come by Manly Wade Wellman. It says it's a John Thunstone novel from Doubleday Science Fiction. The jacket illustration is by Bruce Schlutter. And here's a picture of Manly Wade Wellman. It's clipped here so I don't have the price tag in there. And inside here, it says that it's from 1983, and this is a first edition. And there's a foreword from Manly Wade Wellman from Chapel Hill, North Carolina in 1983. So, I'm looking forward to reading this book. By the way, if you have any comments about these books, I'd love to hear it. Or if you have an opinion about whether it's perhaps a real first edition, first printing, or if it's a reprint, what the clipping of the inside of the cover means when it cuts out the price, I believe that means it's a remainder. I will look up some of these on the Internet Speculative Fiction database and just report at the end of the video what I have found. For the last one, I recently discovered a really great young YouTuber. I first remember coming across this YouTuber when he commented on my video about The Life of Chuck, the story by Stephen King that was made into an awesome movie. He commented about sitting close to Stephen King and Mike Flanagan and Mark Hamill at the premiere for the movie in Toronto. He himself is a movie reviewer. I have a photo here of the reception that Stephen King got at the movie premiere. This is taken by Kyle. Kyle says in his post, I don't usually take celeb photos out in public, but Stephen King was 2 rows behind me at the premiere of The Life of Chuck. So I had to. Mark Hamill was his seatmate, if you want to get a sense of how surreal this was. Also, I got to peek around real quickly and watch Tom Hiddleston watch himself on screen. He says that Mark Hamill was just in awe of sitting close to Stephen King. And of course, Kyle was in awe of having these people right behind him, just off to the side a little bit, watching the film for the first time. Well, Kyle not only reviews films and writes about films, he also writes his own short fiction. And so I've picked up his latest collection, Taking Root by Kyle Pinion. This is one of those Amazon published books, and it's got fairly large font, which is great for guys who are getting older. It's 229 pages, and it just came out this last year. Let's see here. Copyright 2025, and this is the first edition, cover art by Rich Tommaso. So I'm looking forward to this. Here's the table of contents. From the back, some seeds can never be uprooted. On a remote stretch of highway, 2 college students make a deadly mistake. They thought no one would ever know. They thought no one could find the body. Instead, they summoned something that has made the town of Hampton's Edge its hunting ground. 13 tales spanning decades reveal how a rural town's dark horrors will come to the fore. As the years build, the terrors multiply and spread, and the one who began it all must face what they've unleashed. All stories must reach their bitter end. And from the back, we have a short blurb about the author. I'm not sure how to pronounce this town from Georgia, but I'll give it a try. Kyle Pinion is a writer and film critic from Decatur, Georgia. His work focuses on horror, the fantastical, and the bad things people do to one another. Very much looking forward to reading this. I will put a link to Kyle's channel in the description here. I think you'll be amazed at his writing and his energy in reviewing books. I think there's big things to come from Kyle. So stay tuned. When I'm editing, I'm going to just check to make sure that I have all the information I need for these books. All right, I'm back with the research. I really should have done this before I created the video, but anyways, here it is. The Illustrated Man. Copyright is 1951. That's true. But there were multiple printings of the hardcover. And there's a big clue right within the book itself that this was a later printing. I think you can see right over here that it says Garden City, New York, 1958. I don't think we would have a future date in the original hardcover printing from 1951. So there we go. It's a beautiful book anyways. I'm very happy to have the hardcover edition. Another one, Contact. Is this a first edition? Well, a first edition would have a price on the inside flap. This one does not. And the price would have been $18.95. The other thing is that there would be a number line in here. And if the number line had all the numbers, including the number 1, that would have been a first printing. This one has no number line at all. There were many, many printings of this book. It was quite popular in the day, a bestseller. So, not a first edition, but once again, a beautiful copy of the edition itself. I guess I should say not the first printing, but it still is a first edition. And the last one, this one is a first printing, the only printing by Doubleday, the first printing of this novel by Manly Wade Wellman, What Dreams May Come. That's your update. Back to previous Richard. And now, of course, until next time, keep reading.